Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to compare two of arguably the best Android phones out right now. You got the Samsung Galaxy Nexus from Verizon, and you got the Samsung Epic Touch from Sprint. Okay? Now, I know what you're saying. What about the HTC Resound, and what about the Droid Bionic and the Droid Razr and all that? I mean, let's keep it real. Once you use 4.5 and 4.6.5, all of those 4.3-inch phones, they're a thing of the past now. Nobody, going backwards in size. Everybody wants the bigger phones, and everybody knows that these are the two heavy hitters out right now, okay? And when I say the Epic Touch, I really mean the whole Galaxy S2 line. So if you got the AT&T variant or you got the T-Mobile joint, we're talking about the whole Galaxy S2 line versus the Galaxy Nexus. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up into a couple of categories, real-world categories. We're not going to be talking about too much specs. We're not doing no quadrant scores, no Limpack results. We're not doing no chipsets and processors and all that. We're going to talk about real world stuff that people want to know when they're going to go buy a phone. All right? So let's get right into it. First, let's talk about the price. When it comes to the price off contract for the Epic Touch, it's going to run you $500 plus tax. Okay? And for the Nexus, it's going to run you $650 plus tax. So you got $500, you got $650. I mean, let's do the math. Everybody likes saving money, so when it comes to, the price, the better value will be getting the Epic. But, you're getting what you pay for because you spend $650 for the Nexus, and you're going to be the only cat on your block who got the 4.0 ice cream sandwich. So everybody know the old saying, you got to pay to play. So, you want to be the boss in your hood, then it's going to cost you an extra $150, to boss out. All right, so price-wise, though, we're giving it to the Epic. Next, we're going to go with the build. Which one has the better build quality? Well, as you can see for yourself, they're pretty much both the same thickness, even though the Epic is a little bit thinner. If you look at the back, both of them have a nice textured back. As you can see, nice textured back. They both have some company branding on it. Okay? But the main difference is, on the Nexus, you have no hardware buttons. You have that nice LED light. And on the Epic, you have the usual hardware buttons, and you just got a little status light. Now, when it comes to build quality, now keep in mind, this is all my personal opinion, all unbiased. I got no reason to favor one or the other because I bought both of them off contract and I use both of them every day. So I got no reason to fake moves and no reason to, give y'all no false information. When it comes to build quality, I'm going with the Nexus. Okay? The Nexus just feels better. It's a little bit thicker. It has a nice quality feel to it, The Epic is very plastic. Both of them are plastic, but this one just feels lighter plastic. So the phone is actually lighter, but it just feels cheaper. So when it comes to build quality, I'm going with the Nexus. Next, when it comes to the battery. Now, everybody knows already, if you've seen any of my other videos, the battery on the Nexus is just not cutting it, okay? Everybody knows. I'm not even gonna go too deep into all of that. Everybody knows that the battery on the Epic Touch is a go. All right, now I don't even have extended battery on this, and this phone lasts me all day long with heavy use. Now I got the extended battery on the Nexus, and still I can only get about 12 hours out of this. All right, so battery department, that goes clearly to the Epic. Next, call quality and signal strength. Well, this has a lot to do with the networks and all of that too, but everybody who rocks with Verizon knows that the Nexus is killing it when it comes to the call quality and when it comes to the signal strength. Now, everybody who has the Epic, y'all already know about the loss of signal issues and all of that stuff going on. They fixed that with the latest update and all that, but every now and then I still get drop calls. I still go underground. I still can't use the internet. Everybody knows that Verizon has the best network when it comes to call quality and all that stuff. Now, you can argue what you want and say AT&T versus Verizon, but T-Mobile and Sprint, they suck when it comes to call quality. So call quality, I'm going with the Nexus all day, okay? All day. Next, storage. Which one has the best storage factor? Well, I gotta keep it real with y'all. The Epic comes with 16 gigs internal storage, and it has a removable micro SD card. When you get the Nexus, comes with 32 gig storage, but no SD card. So clearly the winner for that is the Epic, because 16 gigs on board. You could drop a 16 gig memory card like I got it here now, or you could drop a 32 gig memory card in here. Or you could just keep getting a whole bunch of memory cards and you have as much memory as you need. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. Over the years, over all of these phones I have, I've never maxed out memory on a phone, on any phone. But at the same time, I don't put music on my phone. I don't put movies on the phone. So, just apps and all my personal information, I'm never gonna max out. But I don't know how you use your phone. If you got music and movies and all that, then in that case, you're gonna wanna get the Epic because you have the removable storage, okay? And basically, that's the rule of thumb. Removable storage beats non-removable storage in basically every category. Whether you're talking about tabs, cameras, laptops, any device that you got that has removable storage is always going to be a go, as opposed to the one that you can't, that just has, a fixed storage rate. Okay, so storage, we're going with the Epic. Next, the sound quality and the speakers. Now, everybody knows, fresh out the box, if you've seen my other video, the Nexus speaker is just not cutting it. The Epic speaker, nice and loud, crystal clear. So I'm gonna have to go with the Epic. Now keep in mind, you download Volume Plus. If you see my app video, you get Volume Plus, and your Nexus is gonna be just as loud as the Epic. But we're talking about stock, fresh out the box. Now, if you're talking about once you add the Volume Plus, then it's gonna be a tie. Both of them sound great. Okay, but this is third-party app to make it sound great. This is fresh out the box. Okay, so like I said, we're doing this stock review. No roots, no nothing. So stock sound better is coming out the Epic. Next, we're gonna go with the software and the UI, okay? Now, this is not even a contest. Hands down, it's gonna go to the Nexus. Of course, everybody's seen, the Android 2.3. You already know how this works. I'm not even gonna get too deep into that. You know how this works. It's gingerbread. But when it comes to the UI, you're talking about the Android 4.0. I mean, you got too many features. You got the drop-down menu with the pictures in it now. You got the multitasking. All these apps I got open at the same time right now. All of the new cool animations. I mean, the Android ice cream sandwich is just killing the gingerbread. You got the facial unlock, you got the panoramic camera, you got the voice to text. I mean, the list goes on. So when it comes to the UI, the user interface, this is vanilla Android build, and this is Samsung TouchWiz. Don't get me wrong, TouchWiz is a definite win. It's nice, but let's keep it real. Is 4.0 better than 2.3? Of course it is, of course. So when it comes to the UI, I'm going with the Nexus. Next, when it comes to the camera, now we're not talking about the video camera, the regular camera for taking still pictures, okay? On the Nexus, you got a 5 megapixel. On the Epic, you got 8 megapixel. Now everybody knows that you can't really get too deep into 5 megapixel, 8 megapixel. It doesn't really matter because it all depends on the lens quality. But after using these phones, for over 2 weeks now with the Nexus and the Epic, using them side by side, I gotta keep it real. Still pictures come out better on the Epic. If you're taking still pictures, they look a lot better on the Epic. And you could, check online, check other videos for yourself. But I'm telling you for a fact, the still pictures are better. So if picture taking is a major part of your decision on which phone to get, still pictures, then the Epic is the one you want to get. All right? So camera quality, Epic. Now let's talk about the video camera. Now everybody's seen both of my video tests that I did, daytime and nighttime. Same settings on my radio and everything. Nothing different. Same settings, just pull out the camera, set them both on the same, 1080p, HD, and all of that. Video camera quality is going to the Nexus. Now, don't get me wrong, both of them sound nice. I mean, both of them, the picture looks nice, but when it comes to the sound on the video, the Epic sound is just choppy. It's a lot choppier. Now, look at my camera test videos for yourself if you don't believe me. The sound on the Epic is just choppy. The sound on the Nexus, crystal clear. All right, so now if you plan on making a lot of videos with your phone, and that's an important factor to which phone you want to get, trust me, this is the second best video camera I used yet. The first one, everybody knows, the Motorola Photon has the best video camera right now out on the phone, other than the iPhone. This is the best Android video camera right now is on the Photon. But this comparison is between the Nexus and the Epic, so when it comes to video camera, I'm going with the Nexus, all right? Next, lag factor. Now, what does that mean? Which one of these phones lags the most? Which one has the most occasional lag here and there? Gotta keep it real with y'all. I had this Epic since day one, and since day one, I haven't had one incidence of lag yet. I'm talking about live wallpapers, third-party apps, running a whole bunch of apps in the background. Nothing. I mean, once you put the live, matter of fact, let's just drop a quick live wallpaper on here right now. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let's take one that uses like a lot of heavy use. Okay, let's use the Google I/O because this one has a lot of motion to it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Just the Google Android guy, flowing through. The phone still runs 100% smooth. All right, no lag at all. Now let's check it with the Nexus. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put the same wallpaper on here. Okay. Let's go with a live wallpaper. Let's see if we got the Android guy on this one also. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we got the same Android guy. Now let's see what it looks like. Okay, it looks good. But as you can see, you see that? Every now and then now it's a little delay. Still works good though. But the live wallpaper, now keep in mind it's not optimized for ice cream sandwich yet, which a lot of the market apps, they're not optimized for 4.0 yet, so that could play a factor in it. But we're talking about right now, today. We're not talking about, when they come out with this, when they fix that. Right now, when it comes to the lag factor, nothing is beating the Epic. The only thing that lags less than this is the iPhone. The iPhone and the Epic are basically the two phones out right now that have 0% lag. So when it comes to lag, I'm going with the Epic. Next, multitasking. I mean, if you've never seen the Nexus Real Review, you better go check that out. When it comes to multitasking, there's nothing that could touch the ice cream sandwich and the Epic. Nothing that could touch it out right now yet. Okay? Now, as you can see, I have all of these apps running at the same time. I can just swipe them out the way. But let's go to the web. All right, now when you're on the web, I can open as many web pages as I want. Okay? One, two, three, four, five, no, 6. I mean, I could go all the way to 15. I've already had 15 open. Now, if you use the Epic, you already know the maximum windows that you could open is 8. Okay, so 8 to unlimited. I mean, let's keep it real. When it comes to multitasking, there's nothing touching 4.0 ice cream sandwich and the Nexus right now. So multitasking, I'm giving it to the Nexus. Next, web speeds. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. When it comes to web speeds and loading up web pages and all that, I'm not even gonna do a demonstration and all that because last night I did about 50 side-by-side demonstrations loading up the same web pages, and out of 50, 25 the Nexus loaded up faster, 25 the Epic loaded up faster. So I gotta keep it real. When it comes to web speeds, I'm gonna say it's about a tie. And I've been using both of these phones all day. They both pretty much the same web speed, okay? So it's not one clearly beating the other one. They both pretty much the same, okay? So web speeds, it's a tie. And last but not least, my personal favorite category, the floss factor. Now, what's the floss factor? That means when you go outside and you're chilling at the bar, you're chilling in a restaurant or whatever, and somebody come next to you and they pull out their phone and they're using their phone, are they shutting you down? Who's gonna shut you down when you're outside? And let's keep it real. When it comes to the floss factor, the Nexus wins that one, okay? Because you're the only person in that bar who got 4.0 ice cream sandwich right now. We're not talking about later on down the line with updates and all that. You're the only person with 4.0 right now. So when it comes to the floss factor, you got the ice cream sandwich, you got the facial recognition software, you got the Google Wallet with the NFC chip, you got the panoramic camera, the super multitasking and all that. You the man with this right now, okay? Because nobody got 4.0 but you. So when it comes to the floss factor, the Nexus win. So overall, what's my personal pick? What do I think is the best Android phone out right now? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm going with the Nexus. All right. Now I welcome you to watch any video you want. Look around on YouTube for yourself. But anybody that tells you that this ain't the best display they seen, either they lying or they hating. The Nexus has the best display out. This is the best Android phone out right now. Okay. Period. Point blank. Period. The Nexus. All right. It's your boy Floss. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Google Plus, Twitter, Google Gangsters. Shout out to my whole Mortal Kombat fam, my dude Tommy Bridges, Von Vitti, D-Girl, and the whole crew and all that. Shout out to everybody that subscribed. Shout out to everybody that leave the comments. I'm going to catch up with y'all on the next trip. It's your boy Floss. I'm out. Deuces.